good morning, and welcome to the Brenda Perryman Show right here with Brenda Perryman. Now, today on TV 33, I'm very excited because I feel like Alice in Wonderland or Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz. Do you know who the wizard is? Well, I'll give you a hint. Have you guessed yet who the wizard is? Well, if you haven't guessed, I'll introduce him to you right now. Here with the wizard, Mr. Luke Song of Song Millinery, Mr. Song Millinery, right here in Southfield, Michigan. And you are the wizard. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you today?
I'm doing very nicely, thank you.
I know
How are
you.
you?
Oh, I'm good. I'm especially good since I'm holding one of these, a replica of the hat that Miss Aretha Franklin wore for President Obama's first inauguration.
Yes, and I'm told it's one of the most recognized hats in the world.
Well, I guess so. The Queen of Soul had it, and wore it well. She wore it
Yes, she
very
did.
well. Shout out to Aretha. And before I ask you about, I'm going to ask you some more about this hat.
Okay.
I guess a lot of people don't know about you. Where
hmm
where were you born? And
Okay, well, I was born in Seoul, South Korea.
Seoul.
Yes.
My son was in Seoul. He
Yeah.
played basketball in
Oh, wow,
Seoul.
really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
yeah, he loved it.
Yeah,
But
it's
anyway,
yeah,
wow.
it's quite a bit changed since I was last living there. I do visit, but it's such a vibrant and fast moving city.
So you were born there. What age did you come to Michigan?
I came to Michigan in 1982,
Oh,
so it's been 30 years. So
wow.
three
You
fourths of
you
my
only
life.
look 31. You're three-fourths American.
Yes, yes.
What do you mean by that?
Well, I lived here 30 years of my life.
So three-fourths. I'm not going to add that up.
I just turned 40.
Oh, you're so young to be so prolific, and you're already a legend in your own time,
Oh, thank you.
Mr. Song, Mr. Song. And where did you go to school?
Well, I went to Michigan State and I went to Parsons and
So, were you interested in design at Michigan State?
no, not at all.
What was your major?
I majored in biochemistry. Yes. So there's a lot of turns in my life.
Well, you found your love.
I think I have, yeah.
So, what made you apply to Parsons? And for my audience, why don't you tell them what Parsons is?
It's Parsons School of Design, and I actually went there for fine arts, and so I didn't go there for fashion. And so this was a very unexpected
Turn,
turn.
yeah.
Yes.
So, what happened then? So, you were studying at Parsons.
Yeah, I was studying at Parsons, and then I just had the feeling of going to Paris and study. So I,
Wow, a lot of people have the feeling, but a lot of people can't do it.
well, I just
You
went
just
with my
did
heart.
it. Yeah.
So I just went with my heart, went to Paris, and realized I didn't have enough money to live and study there. So I came back home to make more money to go back to Paris.
Yes. Did you like Paris?
You know, yes and no. It's not the city that everybody imagined it to be. It's dirty, it's grimy, it's old. So there's a lot of, um, you know, romanticized things about Paris, which I see, but it's very hard. Yes.
So, you ran out of money.
Yes.
Yeah, don't be ashamed. All of us
No,
have run out of
no,
money.
I'm not ashamed of it.
And
Look where it
so,
got me.
yeah, I know. Necessity is the mother of invention. Isn't that
Exactly,
correct?
yes.
So, what happened then?
So I came back and I worked at my mother's boutique, which was in Detroit, and I started designing hats of what I knew. I never studied millinery. I applied my sculptural techniques onto every hat that I made, and people just fell in love. And within 6 months, I had made enough money to pay off all my student loans
Oh my gosh.
and some. So I just like maybe this is something you know, that I found.
So how did you get the word out, or was it just word of mouth and people
Mhm.
just,
Well, I have to give it up to a lot of the people in Detroit. Martha Jean the Queen,
oh
she's
wow.
reporting from day one.
Oh, the
There's
legend.
the legend, and I miss her. She
Yeah.
supported
We
everything that I've done.
we all miss Martha Jean.
Yeah.
She was a person, as a little girl listening to the radio, you always recognize that voice. She commanded your attention.
Right, right.
And then, so they spread the word.
Yeah, it's just word of mouth. I never advertised. And we just kept on going and going. And now we're in 250 boutiques.
250 boutiques
Yes.
around the nation and around the world.
Yes. Yeah, and we shipped a lot to Australia, England.
Let's talk about England for just a moment. When Prince Charles, no, not Prince Charles, his son, Prince
William.
William, when he got married, a lot of his cousins came in fascinators.
Yes.
And that's what I'm wearing, a fascinator. This fascinator has to be mine, and I do plan to get that fascinator. And, well, we're on a street, so we hear a truck. So this is a beautiful shop, and everybody, you'll get a chance to see some of the fashions in this beautiful shop in just a few minutes. So you mentioned England, and a lot of us watched Prince William marry Kate, and Prince William's cousins wore fascinators. And I kept on hearing the term. I said, "What's a fascinator?" And then they said it was the hat. Can you tell us about the fascinator and the history of them?
Yeah, I have to correct. In a lot of people think that fascinators are English invention, but if everybody can remember, if anybody's lived through the 50s, the whimsies, it was American invention. So I'm just claiming it back.
Well, you're claiming it back. I'm wearing a fascinator, and I am fascinated by it. I just feel like a different woman. So tell us, when they started wearing them a couple of years ago at the wedding, did you start getting requests for them?
Well, it was actually like a fashion trend that was moving towards the fascinators anyways. So it just came at a right time, right place, and people, I think there's something about fashion where people reject fashion if it's not the right time. And it was the right time, and everybody just loved it, and they wanted it.
What do you think is the fascination with the fascinator?
Well, I think it comes at a point where the dress, the accessories, it just complements the modern times with the hair. It doesn't ruin your hairstyle. I think it's just, again, it comes at a right time, right place in history.
Well, I usually wear my hair up, and I see with this fascinator, if I want to wear my hair up, I can do that. I think I have to have this hat. Maybe it's the sun, it's a beautiful day, but I
Yes.
think I'm going to have to get this hat. Well, this will be my first purchase from Mr. Song. Um, Mr. Song, there's so many different hats here, and we're going to highlight some of them. But you were telling me something interesting about the Queen.
Yes.
Can you tell me?
Well, Queen has
Queen
declared
Elizabeth,
the Queen
not
Elizabeth.
not Aretha
Right.
this time.
Yeah, Queen Elizabeth has pronounced or declared that she doesn't want to see fascinators at her event anymore. So
Why do
any
you think that is?
um,
Were they distracting?
I don't know if it's the distracting part. I think it was just more of her tradition of wearing hats. So she wanted people to wear something more similar to what she considers as hats.
Wow.
So there's this things now called
That's not America.
Okay.
America, people wear anything.
Right, right.
Yeah. So it's a thing called a
Hatinator.
hatinator.
Yeah, so it's a cross between a hat and a fascinator. So it's not a hat per se. It's worn with a headband or comb, but it's bigger or big as a hat or bigger than a hat.
Can you show us one? Do you have one right
Yes,
around here?
of course. Let me go get one right away.
Oh, I'm back. This is the Hatinator.
Yes.
Tell us about it.
Well, again, hatinators are kind of like fascinator cross with the hat. It's not worn to go around the hat like a ring around the hat. It's on a headband. It doesn't ruin your hairstyle. You can wear any hairstyle. Um, but it's obviously now this is bigger than some of the hats out there.
Wow, it is, and it's nice, and it's lightweight.
Yes.
It doesn't. Sometimes with a hat, you have, you feel it all around your head, and this is really, really fantastic. I like this. It reminds me of an old style too.
Yes.
Back in the 40s, maybe.
Yes.
The women used to wear those hats down in the 40s.
Mm-hmm.
There was a movie called The Women.
Oh.
Have you ever seen that movie?
No, I haven't seen that one.
It's back in the late 30s. It had Joan Crawford, a lot. The movie contained all women,
Yeah.
and they had their hats and everything like that.
Right.
Well, I like this too. This is a wonderful hat. So, you ship to how many countries?
I think right now about 30
Wow.
countries. Yeah.
Now, how did all these countries hear about you?
I think again it's word of mouth. We don't advertise.
You don't
I
advertise?
don't advertise.
Gee, I wish everybody.
I'm very lucky in that way. Yes.
Wow, that is fantastic.
Mhm.
And so, right now, the Kentucky Derby's coming up, right?
Yes, Kentucky Derby is this Saturday, and we have probably around 10,000 customers for the Derby.
10,000 customers for the Derby
Yes.
from all over?
All over America, and we had some customers from Australia that's going, a lot of Canadian customers that's going. So yeah.
And the hats, it's kind of a show.
Yes.
It's like a fashion show
It definitely is a fashion show.
of hats.
I
And
don't think it's anything about the horse race.
I really don't either from what I've seen. Those women, they wear those hats.
Right.
So, how do they measure for a hat if you're out of state?
So that's where the fasteners come in. Fasteners are almost free size.
One size fit all.
One size fit all, and it fits almost everybody. And then we also have our hats. We have sizers in them. They can draw the string up to fit your head size.
Really?
Mhm.
So if you have a big head and you get your hat, you can there's a drawstring that you
Yes.
can pull and stick up in the hat. And
Mhm, yeah.
so, where do you see yourself and the hats in 5 years?
Oh my gosh, 5 years. I'm barely, I barely know what I'm gonna do tomorrow, but I'm hoping to.
What would you like to do?
I, I think I want to go back to my art background, and really work with the arts.
Which genre?
I'm, I, my forte is painting
Really?
and also sculpture.
Really?
Metal sculpture. So I have that dichotomy of artistic background. It's one
Yes.
that's really old and one that's really new. So I always put that together in everything I do.
Well, it can happen. You're still young, and I think you're always going to be designing hats.
Yes.
Now, tell me this. I didn't talk about a major audience here in Detroit, which is our church women.
Yes.
Can you tell us about that?
Well, they've been my biggest support from day one. Ever since I started 15 years ago, or even farther back. It's it's my mother's boutique, so they've been supporting my mother before that. So they've been the biggest risk taker in fashion.
Risk takers? Uh-huh.
And they wear the wildest designs I put out. And I've been on Karen Clark here.
Yes, yes.
She's one of my biggest supporters, and I believe I was just featured in one of their reality shows.
Oh, yes,
Yeah,
they have a
the,
reality
the
show.
Sheards, the
Yes,
Sheards,
yes.
and
Oh, that's
yeah.
exciting.
So the gospel community, they've been the biggest, one of
Oh,
the biggest
so the
support
gospel community from around the country
around the
support you.
country. Yes.
How do they, you have a website?
I do have a website, but I think again it's word of mouth more than
But how
anything.
do they know what they want if they're calling you from across the country?
Uh, that's they just trust me. I'm so glad that I have a lot of people that trust me, and I back up my work too. So if it doesn't fit, I'll definitely do everything to fix it to make it look right.
Well, spring and summer is finally here. Spring is finally here.
Hmm.
We had a long winter.
We sure did.
Can you tell us some of the colors that are popular this spring?
This spring, um, it was forecasted to be the Kelly green, which is that grass green.
Oh, wow.
But it really doesn't look great on a lot of people. What I've been selling a lot in reality is the hot pink, it's the red, it's what looks good on women rather than what we think would look good on women. So eventually the people decide the color will be. So, oh, actually blue.
Oh,
The navy
pale blue or the
blue,
navy blue?
royal blue, aqua blue has been really big colors this year.
You know, that royal blue, I've been seeing a lot of
Yes.
royal blue.
Yes.
I mean, and once people take off their coats, I mean, it has been quite a winter. So
It's
you sell a lot of winter hats too, but I see you have your spring selection
Yeah.
out now.
Right now we're full on spring collection, and I couldn't wait to get rid of my winter. It's been a really, really long winter this
I
year.
like the neutral. I like the neutrals like those muted golds and stuff.
Hmm.
I really, really like those colors.
Yeah.
And you have some marvelous styles. So we're going to look at some of them.
Sure.
We're going to go around and look at
Yes.
some of them in just a moment.
Okay.
I'm sporting another fascinator. I told you I was fascinated with the fascinators. Mr. Song, can you tell me a little about this one?
But this fascinator right here, it's actually we started out very small many years ago, and it just kept growing. We actually made it for the Kentucky Derby because of the run for the roses. And we started out with probably a rose the size of a hand, fist, and it just kept growing and growing. So now we have the grandest rose of them all. It's all hand molded silk, and it just
Oh, it feels wonderful.
it's very light actually. It's
Yeah.
probably 3 ounces.
Wow.
It's
It's
beautiful. on you.
big too. Well, you have so much here in the store. Well, we're going to look around at some other ones.
Okay.
Okay, can we do that? I told you at the beginning I was off to see the wizard, and I'm here with Mr. Luke Song, the Wizard of Hats. And I have on a different kind of hat. Can you tell us about it, Mr. Song?
Yes. Again, this is a fascinator, and the nickname for this is Medusa Muse.
Okay, Medusa, she used to be the lady, well, the semi-goddess who had snakes coming out.
Snakes. Yeah, it turned men into stone, but
Uh,
we'll forget
I've done that without the hat. But anyway,
So this is kind of inspired by that. I don't know which came first, the name or the fascinator itself, but
did you design this one?
yes.
You are so good.
Thank you.
Oh, I need to maybe turn some more men into stone. Since I'm getting older, I might need the aid of a hat. I got to think about this one. Well, let's look at some other ones.
Sure.
Good morning, heartache. You old gloomy side. Good morning, heartache. I thought we said goodbye last night. Oh, this hat makes me feel like a torch singer, Mr. Song.
It's everything classic about a hat, fascinator. We use all the classic elements to get put together this one.
Oh, I love it. Would you tell them about the feather?
But this feather is called Lady Amherst. It's one of the finest feathers you can find. It just
Where do you find feathers?
Oh gosh, I travel the world. Everybody who knows me, I travel all the time. So whenever I see something that spark my imagination, I get it right away. And that inspires me to make a lot of the hats that I do.
Well, this is fabulous. And then up here, you have some beading?
Yes, this is all Swarovski black, jet
Crystals?
black crystals.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Good morning, heartache. You old gloomy side. Let's see what else we have here.
Of course. For print, it never goes out of style.
So besides classic music, you like classic films also.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Oh, we have so much in common. Well, I love this hat. My daughter, who wears leopard everything or cheetah, she would love this too. This is beautiful, Mr. Song, and you have customers here and everything. This is exciting. So we'll be back in just a moment, everybody. Here in Wonderland with Mr. Luke Song, the wizard of it all. Thank you for letting me invade your store.
Thanks for coming by,
And this
Brenda.
hat is just terrific. And where again are we located here?
We're at 29890 Southfield Road, between 12 and 13 Mile Road.
And the phone number?
It's 313-873-2540.
So if you need a hat, you know where to come, Mr. Song, and get a classic hat. Thank you so much.
Thanks again.